Vaishnave Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, so text 17. Brahmatejo vinirmuktair atmajai sah krishnaya prayana krishnam idam aha partha sati pratha sati. Thus saved from the radiation of Brahmastra, Kunti, the chaste devotee of the Lord, and her 5 sons, and Draupadi addressed Lord Krishna as he started for home. So this is actually, as the chapter is entitled, the prayers by Queen Kunti. From this point onwards, Queen Kunti is offering beautiful prayers to the Lord. Actually, the prayers by the pure Vaishnavas or pure devotees of the Lord, especially the Nityasiddha associates of the Lord, are some of the foundations of the Krishna consciousness. Especially if you read these prayers, there are so many prayers in Srimad Bhagavatam. One of the very first prayers, which is very much highlighted, is actually prayers by Kunti Maharani. Of course, there are also prayers by Uttara, a couple of verses, and also Krishna, Arjuna offered the prayers by Sutta Goswami, in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam. But these prayers by Kunti Maharani, these are, containing the essence of the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada actually took the prayers by Queen Kunti and actually compiled an entire book on it. The prayers by Queen Kunti. So, actually, these prayers are very much relished and meditated upon by all the saintly Vaishnavas. So let's start studying these prayers. The very first prayer of the Kunti Maharani is Kuntiruvacha Namaste Purusham Tvadyam Ishvara Prakrite Param Alaksham Sarva Bhutanam Antarbahiravastitam. Srimati Kunti Maharani, Srimati Kunti said, O Krishna, I offer my obeisance unto you because you are the original personality and are unaffected by the qualities of material world. You are existing both within and without everything. Yet you are invisible to all. So this is one of the very first verses. Kunti Maharani is offering obeisances to Krishna. Namaste Purusham Tvadyam. So each and every word actually in this verse is of great significance. So Namaste, she is offering obeisances. He's saying, I bow down to Purusham. Purusham is used in the sense of enjoyer. So Krishna is actually the supreme Purusha, supreme enjoyer. So Namaste Purusham Tva Adyam. There are many words used in this verse by Kunti Maharani, glorifying or communicating the position of Krishna. So Krishna is Purusha. He is the supreme enjoyer. And Adya. Adya means he is the original. When we say original means the very first person from whom everything originated. Like, I cannot say I am original because I have origin in my parents. This body was born from the combination of man and woman who are in the form of my parents. Similarly, if I see my father, he has the origination in my grandfather and grandmother. If I see grandfather, he had his origination in his father and mother, that is great grandfather. So in this way, we look at any living entity in this creation. They have some origin beyond them. But Adya means a person who is the origin of all and has no origin behind him, who actually caused him to come into existence. So that is the meaning of Adya. It's very difficult for people to understand this word Adya, origin. Because people generally think, many times, I remember even when we used to teach students, college students about God, we say, okay, who created God? Such a common thing, because everything is created from something. So God also must be created from something. But the very definition of God is He is Adya. He is the source of or origin of everything. He is not originated by anyone. Nobody is source of him. And then Ishvara. Namaste Purusham Tvadyam. Ishvara, supreme controller. Isha means controller. And Ishvara means, who controls by his own choice, by his own will. So, Adya Ishvara. He is the original Ishvara. There are many Ishvaras in this world. Like Indra is also Ishvara. But he has been appointed by someone. Similarly, Brahma is also Ishvara. But he is also appointed by someone. Similarly, Yama, Varuna, all of these devas, they are also Ishvaras. They also control something in the universe. But they are appointed by someone. They are all appointed by Brahma, and Brahma is appointed by Supreme Lord, Vishnu. He has appointed him as a Vidhi or creator for all the living entities. But Adya Ishvara, the original Ishvara is Krishna. Nobody has appointed Krishna as the Ishvara or controller. And Prakriti Parham. Prakriti is the manifested material creation. So we see this phenomenal world made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether. So this is called Prakriti. And Prakriti means something that is subjected to transformations, 6 kinds of transformations. Everything is created in this world. It grows, it sustains for a while, produces some byproducts, dwindles, and ultimately vanishes. So this is the Prakriti. This is the nature's course. But Prakriti Param means one who is not subjected to rules of Prakriti. You see, Krishna, when he comes to this world to perform the pastimes, even as Lord Krishna or Lord Ramachandra or any other form. So say, for example, as Krishna, he appears to be taking birth. So one may think, oh, you are saying that Krishna is beyond Prakriti, but he took birth from Devaki and Vasudeva. All right. Then he grew, he was growing, yes, but he grew to youthfulness, and interestingly, He never grew beyond youthfulness. On the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Krishna was 125 years old, but he still looked like a 16-year-old boy. Krishna, once he grows to the age of 16, he never grows. His body never appears to be growing beyond that. So that means even though Krishna appears to be taking birth in this world and appears to be growing, but he never grows old. His body never dwindles and he never dies. So this is the confirmation, Prakriti Param. He is beyond the material nature. Alaksham. Alaksham Sarva Bhutana. So Alaksham means Aksha. Aksha means eyes. And Alaksha means not visible to the eyes. So Krishna is very difficult to be, to have his sight. It's very, very difficult to have the sight of Krishna. For conditioned living entities, Krishna is not visible. Like, foolish people, sometimes they challenge, oh, I don't believe in God. Okay, if God exists, I challenge him. Come in front of me. But why God should care about such foolish challenges? Suppose, I say, I don't believe President Joe Biden exists. I don't believe. Does it really make any difference to the president whether I believe or don't believe? And he least cares whether I believe or don't believe. So similarly, if somebody says, oh, I don't believe God exists, it makes least difference to God. But God is not visible to foolish living entities. Those who are conditioned by the three modes of material nature, for them it's not possible to see the Lord, because Lord's form is Satchid Ananda Vigraha. And Lord reciprocates. He can reciprocate from anywhere with his devotees. Krishna can reciprocate with devotees in any form. Sanatana Goswami, he had deity of Madan Mohan. So he would go every day for doing Madhukari, begging from door to door. And mostly people would give him some dry rotis. Dry roti without any salt or vegetables or anything. He would just get dry rotis. So he would bring the dry roti and offer it to Madan Mohan. He was not cooking anything or preparing any nice foodstuffs and offering to Madan Mohan, because he was so busy in writing the books. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had asked him to write the books. So he was so busy in writing the literatures, he had no time for cooking. So he was offering whatever he was begging, whatever he was receiving from begging, he would offer it to Madan Mohan. So one time Madan Mohan, deity, spoke to Sanatana Goswami. The Lord actually in the deity form as Madan Mohan, he told Sanatana Goswami, Sanatan, this roti is too dry. Can you get me some at least salt, little salt? So Krishna can reciprocate from anywhere. Krishna can reciprocate from his holy name as well. Holy name of Krishna is not different from Krishna. Abhinnatva namanamina. So even when we chant the name of Krishna, Krishna is fully capable of reciprocating through his holy name. But he is not visible. Atheistic person may think, oh, Krishna is just ordinary sound vibration. It contains Krishna. So, it's just like any other sound, any other word. What is so special about this word, Krishna? So, a foolish living entity will never be able to perceive, because Alaksham, Krishna is not manifest to foolish living entities. Alaksham sarva bhutanam. All living entities cannot see Krishna. Only pure devotees of the Lord, they can see Krishna. Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena santa sadaiva hridayeshu lokayanti. Santas or devotees of the Lord, they can always see Krishna within their own heart and the heart of every living entity. Why? Because premanjana churita. Their eyes are anointed with the ointment of love. Only through love one can see Krishna. So Alaksham Sarva Bhutana, although he is not visible to everyone, yet he is Antar Bahir Avasthitam. He is there in every living entity's heart. Antar, within their heart, and Bahir, even outside, he is situated. So somebody may say, oh, where is Krishna? Show me Krishna, where he is. Krishna is actually there in each and every atom of this creation. And he also there in the heart of every living entity as well. So he's there in my heart as, Paramatma. He's there in every living entity's heart as Paramatma. So he's there within Antar. And he's also there outside. When you say he's there in each and every atom of this creation, means, like say, I'm looking at this phone camera. So this phone is also made up of different atoms, molecules, small atom and molecules. And those atoms and molecules, in each and every atom, Krishna is personally present. So though he's present within, he's present without, yet alaksham sarvabhutam. Nobody can really see him. So this is the significance of this prayer. Kunti Maharani is actually defining or actually giving definition of God. If any time people ask you a question, oh, who's God? Take this verse, Namaste Purisham Tvadyam Ishvara Prakrite Para Alaksham Sarva Bhutanam Antar Bahir Avasthitam. This beautiful verse by Kunti Maharani is giving a comprehensive definition of God. We go to the next verse, text 19. Maya Javanika Channam Agyadokshajam Avyayam Nalakshe Mood Drishan Nato Nate Dharo Yatha. Now, the last, two lines of the previous verse, which was saying Alaksham Sarva Bhutana Antar Bahir Avasthitam. Though you are situated within and without, you are not visible to everyone. That theme Kunti Maharani is elaborating in this verse. She says, Maya Javanika Achannam. Maya is Krishna's illusory energy. And Javanika means the curtain or covering. So Maya Javanika means the curtain of Maya. Achannam. Achannam means to cover. So covering through the curtain of Maya. Maya Javanika Achannam. Agya Adokshajam Avyayam. Agya means ignorant. So ignorant people, for them, Krishna is covered by his Maya potency. Through the curtain of Maya, Krishna is covered for foolish people or ignorant people. Agya means ignorant or foolish people. Now, foolish doesn't mean those who live in mental asylum. These Agya could also refer to people who are having big degrees, PhDs, like scientists, very successful in worldly terms. They can still fall in the category of Agya. And what is the cross check with their Agya? Maya Javanika Channam. they cannot see Krishna. They are covered. Krishna is covered for them through his Maya Shakti. And Adhokshaja. She is again glorifying Krishna as Adhokshajam and Avyayam. Two words used for Krishna. Adhokshaja means Akshaja. Adhi Akshena iti Adhokshaja. So Adhokshaja means Akshaja means eyes, and Adhi means beyond the perception of. So beyond the perception of the eyes, that is called Adhokshaja. So Krishna is beyond the sensual perception, because Aksha doesn't only mean eyes, but Aksha also means, in this case, all the senses. So Krishna cannot be perceived through eyes, through ears, through nose, through tongue, through touch. We cannot perceive Krishna in that way. So that is the meaning of Adhokshaja. Adhokshaja means one who is beyond sensual perception. So because Krishna is Adhokshaja, therefore he is Maya Javanika Channam Adya. For ignorant people, he is covered by his Maya, curtain of Maya Shakti. And Avyayam. Avyayam means imperishable or irreproachable. So no matter what Krishna does, nobody can really reproach Krishna. Being beyond the range of limited sense perception, you are eternally irreproachable factor covered by curtain of diluting energy. You are invisible to foolish observers, exactly as an actor dressed as a player is not recognized. So Krishna is covered. Maya Javanika Achanam. He is covered for foolish people. Na lakshaye mudadrisha. Lakshaye means to, like we in the Hindi also we use the word, lakshay. Lakshay means the goal. But here lakshaye is used in the sense of akshaye, to be visible, to be seen through the eyes. So lakshay means something that can be visible, or can be observed through the eyes. Na lakshay. You are not observed. By whom? Muda drisha. Drisha means, again, drishti. Drishti means to see. So one sees through aksha, through eyes. Okay. So muda drisha means, muda means foolish, and drisha means who see through. So foolish observers, or people who are foolish and try to see. And this is actually very interesting. The word, every word used by Kunti Maharani is so amazing. Mood drisha, na lakshay. The foolish people cannot see Krishna. Even if Krishna is personally present in front of them, they will not be able to see him. They will not be able to recognize him. She is giving example, nato natya dharo yatha. Just like nata. Nata means, an artist, a theatrical artist, So he's present on the stage to everyone. And he's dressed, natya dhara means he is dressed nicely, But he's not recognized by everyone. I mean, I remember, even in Chapari temple, we used to have these dramas. So even though we will have dramas, but sometimes, though we know all the participants in the drama, who's playing what role, but it sometimes becomes so difficult if somebody is in really nice makeup, like somebody's playing the role of a sage, having big beard and mustache and having white hair, thick white hair. So they dress so nicely, you simply cannot recognize, oh, he's that friend of mine. No, doesn't look like. So you cannot recognize him. Because nato natya dharuyata, because the person is so nicely dressed up, on the theatrical stage that you cannot recognize him. So similarly, Muda Drisha means foolish observers, they cannot recognize Krishna. Even though Krishna may be present in front of them, they simply cannot recognize this is God. Actually, I remember one nice anecdote in this regard. There was one guru, one teacher. He had, 10 disciples. Okay. So they were all foolish disciples, They had actually no common sense also. They were so foolish, he had to actually, he had a great difficulty even in giving them any training or knowledge. So one time they were traveling, they were about to travel from one place to another place. So he told them, see, we are total 11 of us, 10 of you and myself, 11. So we are total 11 of us. Whenever we are crossing a river or, going through the forest, it's a good practice that we count how many of us we are there. Okay. So that we don't leave anyone behind. So when they start the journey, they go a little forward and cross the river, and the disciples start counting. Oh, Guruji said that we should count. So he started counting. And then he started making noise. Guruji, stop. We are only 10 of us here. So Guru got silent. Who is missing? He started counting. He saw, we were 11. He said, you fool, we are 11. He said, no, we are 10. How? He started counting. He counted everyone. He didn't count himself. He counted, see, there are 10. Guru said, okay, wait. I will count now. So he started counting all the 10 students and he said, 11th. The disciples, now it's perfect. You are expert, Guruji. You counted properly. So, Mudadrisha, the foolish person, even though, they were all 11, but he couldn't, count himself. So, similarly, people who are actually foolish from spiritual perspective, who don't have spiritual vision, even if God is present in front of them, they cannot see God. Sometimes people come to the temple and they say, can you show me God? God exists? They say, just see here. Oh, no, this is marble statue or this is wooden statue. Show me God, actual God. Say, fool, this is actual God. No, this is only Murti. Show me actual God. So that is Mudadrisha. Fools who see through the charma chakshu, who see through the eyes, they cannot see or recognize Krishna. Chanakya Pandit says that even in this worldly sense, you don't see always through these eyes. He gives beautiful example. He says, like animals, they see through their nose. They don't see through the eye, they see through the nose. They smell. Where is food? Where is food? So you see always, any animal you take dog, you take pigs, you take cow, horse, any animal. They smell, and through smell they understand, okay, this is eatable for me. Okay. So animals see through their nose. The king, he sees through not eyes. Enemy may come and tell him, oh, I'm your friend, So the king has the eyes of a spy. Kings always keep a spy. Go behind and find out what are the intentions of this king or this politician or this minister. Keeps a spy. Okay. So he sees through the eyes. He doesn't see through what is visible to my eyes. He sees through the eye of a spy. Similarly, a Brahmana, he sees through the eyes of scriptures. Like, Srila Prabhupada, for example, when there was so-called moon landing, Prabhupada said, this is not moon landing. This is bogus. Why? Prabhupada asked them, oh, they're showing moon landing, so are there any beautiful palaces? Do you see beautiful looking men and women around? No, it looks like desert. Prabhupada said, this is not moon. Why? Because scriptures say moon is a heavenly planet. Moon is a heavenly planet, and it's not empty. It's not that there's desert in the moon and no living entities anywhere in the moon. It's nonsense. So, but anyway, the Muda Drisha, the foolish people, they cannot see. So Brahmana sees through the eyes of scriptures. And ordinary people, they see through these eyes. So this is Chanakya Pandit's verdict. That you don't see always through the eyes. It's only fools who are completely devoid of any sense. They insist on seeing through the eyes. Only if you show me, then I'll believe. Seeing is believing. This proverb is only for fools. Seeing is believing, it's only for the fools. And there are a couple of examples, like, one example I heard in my childhood, that there was one lady, she just gave birth to a child, and they had also Mangu in their home. So Mangu was very loyal and faithful, So the lady treated the Mangu also practically like her own child. She would nurture him nicely, feed him nicely. So one day she left the child on the ground and she went to fetch the water. And it so happened that a snake crawled in, and he was about to go near the child, and the Mangu observed it. And Mangu immediately jumped upon the snake, and there was a fight between Mangu and snake, and Mangu easily killed the snake and tore him into pieces. So as soon as the Mangu, killed the snake, he heard the noise from outside. The lady was actually entering in the home, so he ran outside, just to show the lady that he had protected the child by killing the snake. The animals also have that sense, so he was running in a great joy. And lady, when she reached the door and she saw the Mangu smeared with blood, she immediately had a fear in the heart that maybe this Mangu, he killed my child. So she was holding that water pot on her head. She had gone to fetch the water. And without second thought, she thought, oh, he has killed my child. And in great anger, she threw the water pot on the Mangu and killed the Mangu and ran inside to see the child. And then she saw, oh, the snake was lying dead and the child was sick. And then she repented, oh, what did she do? So this is for sight, seeing through the eyes. Krishna, when he was personally present on the earth, performing his pastimes, so many people saw him. So many people saw Krishna, but they did not accept Krishna as God. And not only that, they, like Duryodhana, for example, when Krishna came as a peacemaker, messenger for the peace, Duryodhana not only refused to accept Krishna's proposal, he wanted to arrest Krishna and put him in the prison. So what is the use of Duryodhana seeing Krishna? People sometimes they say, show me God. Nonsense, what you will see the God with eyes? With these charma chakshus. Even if you see God, how are you going to be benefited? Because unless a person has devotion towards God, his seeing is useless. Duryodhana saw Krishna, and what was the result? He wanted to arrest Krishna, and eventually he was destroyed. Seeing Krishna, he was destroyed. Along with his whole family, he was destroyed. Hiranyaksha saw the beautiful form of Lord Varahadev. What is the benefit Hiranyaksha got? He was also killed. Hiranyakashipu saw the beautiful form of Lord Narasimhadev. They were devotees who especially loved the form of Narasimhadev. They are hankering to see the form of Narasimhadev. And Narasimhadev's form was seen by Hiranyakashipu face to face. And what was Hiranyakashipu's thought? I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill this Vishnu has come in the form of half man, half lion. I'm going to kill him. So what are the use of such scene? In Krishna Lila also, so many people saw Krishna face to face. Duryodhana saw, Shakuni saw, Karna saw, Dhritarashtra. He had the presence of Krishna. But they were not benefited. They were ruined. They were destroyed. Similarly, when Krishna was in Mathura, when he entered Mathura, there was a washerman in Mathura. He was Kamsa's washerman. He used to wash clothes for Kamsa. So Krishna and Balaram, they went to this washerman and they told him that, please give us some nice garment. We see that you have such nice clothing. So it is explained that this washerman, he had heaps and heaps of pious activities done in all his previous lives. He had accumulated tons and tons of pious credits in all his hundreds of lifetimes before that. And as a result of all those pious credits, he had good opportunity that Krishna came to him and asked him that give me some clothing. But because he had not developed devotion to Krishna, he became very angry when Krishna asked him the clothing. And he decided to, rebuke Krishna. So what did Krishna do? Krishna simply chopped off his head with his own hand. He didn't use Sudarshan Chakra. He didn't use any weapons on that washerman. He simply chopped off his head with his hand. So, what are the use of such scene? Washerman saw Krishna face to face. He was not happy. He was trying to rebuke Krishna. He was trying to be very angry with Krishna. So, there is no point in seeing simply through these charmachakshus, through these eyes. And because the fools, even if they see Krishna face to face, they don't derive any benefit out of it. Therefore, Kunti Maharani is saying, Na lakshay mudadrisha. The foolish people, they cannot see you. Just like a theatrical actor, dressed nicely, cannot be recognized. So I think we'll stop here. If anyone has any questions, you may ask. Text 20 onwards, we will discuss next week.